What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so um, over the past several days, you've seen me do videos talking about how this loss, the potential loss of the entire, well, not the entire season, but the potential loss of the rest of the season and playoffs could affect LeBron James's legacy. Ticket TV was the first one to bring that up, and then I talked about how the loss of the season could affect Kawhi Leonard's legacy. Now, I want to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, all right, and how the potential loss of the season can affect him. Now, because he's younger, he's 25, I believe, right, and healthy, relatively healthy, okay, for an athlete. So the issues that could potentially affect Kawhi uh, are not really there for Giannis. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what I'm saying is this season by itself isn't going to have a huge impact on his overall legacy in the long run. Okay, he's still going to go down, in my opinion. Right now, he's the second best player in the history of the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, and that's no disrespect to guys like Marquise Johnson. That's no disrespect to Big Glenn, Big Dog Robinson. That's no disrespect to Paul Pressey. There's no disrespect to Sidney Moncrief, Terry Cummings. All of them were great players. But Giannis is, and Bob Dandridge, another one I want to name, and Bob Boozer. But Giannis is on another level. Like, the only guy to supersede Giannis, to me, is Kareem. That's it. And sometimes Giannis be putting up Kareem-like numbers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see this season having a huge impact overall on Giannis's legacy per se in the long run. But I do see this season having an impact on the storyline and the narratives for the next couple of years. And in particular, what I can see this season doing is actually, and this may not come as comfort to Bucks fans, this season, if the season is indeed lost, could actually increase the likelihood that Giannis is going to leave. Now, I'll tell you why I think that might be the case. See, the Milwaukee Bucks were on pace to win what this year? 69, 70 games. Okay. For most of the season, I would say for 95% of the season, they've had the best record in the NBA. And they were most likely going to finish with the best record in the NBA. Were they going to win 70? I don't think so, but they were probably going to break the franchise record for wins and finish somewhere around 68, I think, victories. If I take a guess, I think they were going to finish somewhere with 68 wins. But one of the weaknesses of this team is the fact that, and I've been trying to prop up Chris Middleton, all right? Chris Middleton is not a legitimate second tier dude. He's not a second guy. He's not a sidekick. He's at best a third guy. You know, he's a third guy. One guy I finally figured out to compare him to, he's a bigger black version of Jeff Hornacek. Jeff Hornacek was a great shooter, okay? A great scorer. He sort of basically, his skill set is something similar to Jeff Hornacek. Not the greatest ball handler in the world, you know what I'm saying? But when he got going, Jeff could shoot the fucking lights out. Only thing about Jeff Hornacek is I think he was a better clutch performer than Chris Middleton. So that's why I was saying, even with Jeff Hornacek, I would say Horny was better than Middleton prime. Middleton reminds me more of Jeff Hornacek by the time he joined the Jazz. So, yeah, that goes to tell you, I don't think Middleton is the guy, man. Neither do I have a lot of belief in Bledsoe. Because look, think about this. Even with Elijah Wan, when people say he did it by himself, he didn't have another All-Star, which is kind of facetious, it's not exactly true, okay? Um, Technically, he didn't have an All-Star in '94, okay? And in '94, definitely, right? He didn't have another All-Star on his team. But he did have several players on his team that were either once All-Stars or good players in this league. Like, remember that '94 team that he had, Elijah Wan? He had Otis Thorpe, who 1 year was an All-Star, 2 years prior. You know what I'm saying? Otis Thorpe was one of the better power forwards in the league. He also had Matt Maxwell, who was no scrub, one of the best defensive players in the league. He had Kenny Smith, who in his best day was one of the better point guards in the NBA. Put up 17 and 7 with the Sacramento Kings and Atlanta Hawks, I believe. Well, definitely the Sacramento Kings. Sam I Am, who became a perennial All-Star level caliber player. But he was in his rookie years. You had Robert Horry, who would go on to become one of the great clutch players in NBA history, going to win 7 championships. Who else was on that team? Tracy Merritt, who went on with the Washington Bullets and Wizards and became one of the great sharpshooters in the league. So it wasn't like he wasn't playing with anybody, in my opinion, you know. And then next year, you know, he had Clyde Drexler on his team. So the thing is, Giannis doesn't have any of that. So if Elijah Wan needed all of that help to barely beat the Knicks, how is this team going to beat these other loaded teams with the Clippers, like the Clippers um, and the Lakers? I'm having a hard time. Like, it's going to take an insane performance by Giannis. He's going to have to like have games like 45 points, 17 rebounds, 39 points, 20 rebounds. He's going to have to fucking go off offensively. Like, he's going to have to truly dominate that matchup with Anthony Davis for the Bucks to have a shot at an upset. And you're asking a lot. You're asking a lot for that one. Like, he's going to really have to dominate that matchup like Elijah Wan did Robinson that year, which was pivotal in that series. I think they won that series in 6. He would have to really dominate that matchup, like historical, like domination. And that's asking a lot. And Robinson didn't have LeBron James to counteract that. So basically, my point is, if they had another season and they failed in the playoffs, right? Like this year, let's say they won 69 games, 68 games, whatever, went to the playoffs. Let's say they got to the finals, but yet they got trounced in the finals by the Clippers or the Lakers. That would have put more pressure on the front office for the Miami Bucks to do something as far as giving him more help. Okay? If that doesn't happen, the season doesn't continue and the losing doesn't continue, and Giannis doesn't get more frustrated, right? As far as on the court situations. That doesn't put more pressure on management to do anything. So they can just go and say, well, look, we were on pace to win 70 games or so. We were the best team record-wise in the NBA. I like our chances. Giannis took a step up. Chris Middleton took a step up statistically. I like our chances. We're going to go with the team we got. Then come next year, hopefully this crisis has been averted by then, and the same thing happens. They go to the finals, they lose, or they even lose in the playoffs, like in the conference. Maybe Philly gets their act together. Maybe Miami, you know what I'm saying, really is for real. You know what I'm saying? Miami is doing shit in the league, and they beat the Philly, Milwaukee in the playoffs. Next year is Giannis' contract year. Giannis might leave then. He might feel overwhelming pressure because Milwaukee, the talking line will be then, look, Milwaukee's done nothing. They've done nothing to try to improve this roster around a superstar. And we all know that a superstar needs other stars around him to win this league. I can see it. You can see that that's what they're going to be. They're going to put so much pressure on Giannis to leave. And come signing day, Giannis is going to break the Milwaukee Bucks fans' hearts, man. They're going to call him a traitor and every fucking thing. But it's going to be on Milwaukee. And also, from an individual standpoint, this season, if it stopped, could rob Giannis of an MVP. Now, being that they played this much of the season, it's possible they may still give awards out, even though there's 17, 18 games remaining. Maybe they might cancel the postseason, but they still might give out MVP awards. If I'm not mistaken, in '94, the strike year, I think they still gave out MVP awards that year. Let me look that up right quick. Let's see something. Yeah, yeah. 1994, the ML National League MVP went to Jeff Bagwell, the Houston Astros, back when they were still in the AL. And Frank Thomas won it in the American League, even though they didn't finish the season. So they may still give out the MVP award. So, and if you go by, to me, season statistics, Giannis is the favorite. Okay, we don't know what will happen in the last 15, 17 games, but Giannis might get the MVP. Okay, so that's not really the big part of this to me, like as far as legacy. What I'm thinking could happen is how it could affect management and what they could do with the team. That's pretty much what I feel that could happen. Um, I would think that Giannis is extremely frustrated though right now. He has to be extremely frustrated in the NBA shutdown. I'm pretty sure he understands what's going on, but he was having the best season of his career. And unless this situation gets mitigated um, in a timely manner, which if you look at the normal curve for these types of things, that's not going to happen anytime soon. China's still dealing with this situation, even though they're getting the control of it. They're getting control of it, but this is in mid-March. This started happening in mid-December, if I'm not mistaken, in China, in the Wuhan province of China, right? So um, that's 3 months ago. So they're still dealing with this. So if you look at how these things seem to be playing out, I don't think we're going to see basketball this year. I think this is it. I mean, I think at best, I'm just speculating, so I'm not an expert, but I don't see this situation being contained in the 30 days. When the NBA reconvenes, like when I by that I mean the board of governors and the commissioner's office, when they reconvene mid-April, I mean, can you really see this being contained in 3 weeks? I don't know. I mean, hopefully it is. Hopefully, hopefully it is. Maybe we only have a month delay, maybe, but it's really pushing it. So that's pretty much it, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that this season could affect Giannis's stay in Milwaukee because I think it's just not going to put pressure on management to make some trades. Because I don't think that Bledsoe is the answer, man. I really don't think Bledsoe is the answer. Middleton, you know what I'm saying? He's a good third option, but I really think that they should try to get another point guard, man. Pull off some type of trade. Bledsoe, future picks, somebody else on the team. I mean, I know some people wouldn't want some of these other guys to go, like a George Hill or something, but for a superstar point guard out there that could really make this team like really multifaceted, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people say Chris Paul, but I don't know about. I'm worried about his age now. He's getting up there. I know Chris Paul will be a good fit. Some people even said to me Dame Lillard, but Dame Lillard, um, sometimes Dame plays hero ball too much for me, man. Like by that I mean sometimes Dame, like when his shots are falling, it's beautiful. When they're not falling, he infuriates you. Okay, and Dame's gonna get his shots up. That's not what I want. I want someone. I mean, I'm speaking like I'm the premier Bucks fan. I'm not even really a Bucks fan, but even though Russell Westbrook's been accused of being selfish, he's not. If you actually watch him play this season, he plays for whatever the team needs. He's taking a step back. He can assert himself offensively when the situation needs be. Now, he isn't a great outside shooter. We all know that. But you know what? Milwaukee, this whole season, hasn't shot the ball as well from outside as they did last year, and they've been even better and more dominant. Um, and what I see with Russell Westbrook, what he could do is push this pace up for this Bucks team even faster. To me, that's when Giannis is dangerous. When Giannis is in transition, that's when he's more unguardable. The half-court set, Giannis is still a great player, but he's more containable. In the fast-paced set, you know what I'm saying, up and down, Giannis is virtually unguardable. That's where I think Russell Westbrook could be more effective. You know what I'm saying? I think he would be the premier guy. And remember Kareem had Oscar, Mr. Triple-Double. Maybe it's time Giannis has Mr. Triple 2.0, Mr. Triple-Double 2.0. I don't know. That's just me. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But tell me what you